I just put up in that motherfucking.
He was one of them. That's the nigga I evicted about 10 years prior to this. He was a young nigga then. And he bragged to me, he said, Mr. John, I just got out the military. I was a soldier boy. It might sound familiar to some of you guys. He was a soldier boy. Named Isaiah. Isaiah Beckton Locke. I'll never forget that nigga. He's the only nigga I ever had to throw out twice. And so you gonna hear me say to that motherfucker, I said, nigga, you done got fat, boy. But I'm still the same motherfucking size. I'm still that nigga. You done got fat, done got lazy. And you know, I had to come down here from New York to fuck this nigga up. I had a Caribbean nigga working for me. Nigga named Andre. He was renting rooms, so I pay him a little commission. And he didn't know this guy. And he rented to him. Sent me the paperwork. I said, I know this nigga, but maybe the nigga done changed. He done got older. He's still the same nigga. And you're gonna hear me in this video. I said, boy, you back again for round 2?
He don't want to lose. And we're gonna show you like how I run it. You just not want to.
Look how nasty this kitchen is. That ain't because of lights, baby.
This is generally how they keep their kitchen, how they live, you know, from day-to-day life. I'm gonna show you. So what you know is
Oh, that's a tiny, tiny kitchen too. Ooh, that's
one might say, well, they will wash their dishes.
yeah, because the lights off.
Nah, them dishes done been up piled up. Them dishes been up piled up.
Yeah, that shit right there. You said that's a single man, though, right?
Nah, it's 3, 4 men in there. See, now you gonna hear me talk stupid in a minute.
Now, if you could smell what I'm recording, it's a bunch of shit, right? Like
I mean,
a shit smell. Johnny Boy,
I've seen a lot worse. I'm not saying, you know, they don't have much furniture. But yeah.
And you see, like, there's one empty room. As you can see, there's
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And so the other 2 in their room right there. Look, they in the room right there. They up in the room.
I wish you could smell it.
But they moving out? Because they ain't got much furniture.
They ain't got nowhere to go. So they just living in there. And I said, if you want to live here, don't pay rent. This is how it's going to look like. This is how you going to live. Look, they put a camera in there. They put the camera in the toilet.
So you letting them live?
Yeah.
God damn.
Like however long you want to live like this, blacks, I will subsidize you living like this. Promise. I will subsidize blacks living like this. If they want to live like this, I promise you, I let them live like this. Look at that.
Well, I mean, I've seen way worse in other places.
Hold on, listen to this. I want you to listen to this.
If you'd asked this guy, like, I'm trying to help improve this little motherfucker. Like if you'd asked this guy right here, right? Like shit, man, you getting paid. You getting paid. Johnny Boy, do you remember this guy? You remember this guy, Johnny Boy?
See, I'm saying now I'm getting to the meat, boy. It's our second rodeo. The first time he had a little bit more formidable help. I've told you guys he had a big blind nigga in the house with him. So the big blind guy commandeered the house and corralled all them. So this was like his second in charge here. But the blacks have gotten weaker and fatter over the years. And so what happened this time, he had 2 dancing Negroes. He didn't have that big black boxer with him. So I put him out first. The last time around, I put the big black boxer out first. He was more of a threat. But this time, he was so weak, he had gotten so fat. He lost all of that military training that the government spent to make him a better man. You see, this is a form of military. This is a soldier boy. Like Stanley. But he done nothing after the military. Done nothing but got fat, stupid and dumb. I want you all to pay attention to this. Stupid, fat, dumb, and weak. But I was still that nigga from 10 years ago. He wasn't. Stupid, fat, dumb, and weak. His best years in life was when the United States government had control of his black ass. And they could make him get up, make him go where they tell him to go and exercise and everything like that. But he wasn't disciplined. He didn't keep his barracks clean on his own volition. The government made him do that under punishment chapter. What they do that? Article 15s and shit like that. I know. I was in the military for 30 days and I said, that shit ain't for me. But it was for him.
You was there for 30 days.
Hey, you know what the drill, hey, let me say something, Bum. You know what the drill sergeant told me on my last day?
What's up?
The drill sergeant, he was a motherfucker from Georgia. Not like Stanley, though. He was a real man. He said, either you a stupid motherfucker. He said, either you the stupidest motherfucker I ever met, or you're a goddamn genius. That's what he told me. It's how I was walking. It's how they didn't even feed me. They didn't even give me a proper ride home. They dropped me off in Birmingham. I had to hitchhike home. But I never forgot those words. I never forgot those words. He said, either you are a damn fool. He said,
They made you hitchhike home?
From Birmingham, the Birmingham airport, yeah. They didn't give me a bus ticket or anything. There's no airport in my hometown. So I had to hitchhike home from the Birmingham airport. And that's how I got home. I got home, my mom was like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. She took me to college the next, maybe the day or two later. And that was the beginning of this, the part of the story here. But this guy here, he was military trained. Look at the pot belly. What happened to all that discipline that the military instilled in him? What do you think happened?
Well, yeah, but he didn't have to do PT no more. You know, he living out in the world.
Yep.
And you gained the weight.
Yeah,
you know?
it wasn't in him. The military could put it in him. But he didn't have the discipline to keep it in himself. You understand? That's why you see that's why you see these silly ass men like Stanley and Leonard talking about their glory days 30 years ago. And they've done nothing since then. They've done nothing but get up here on the internet and act silly and stupid and tell us about all the books they've read. But they built nothing. No different from this military man. No different than this military man right here. And I properly dispatched this fucking nigger. You understand that? Twice. Nigga came back for a second helping. And you're gonna hear that conversation with me and this dumb, fat, stupid motherfucker. He said, I was trying to help you.
If you'd asked this guy, if you'd asked this guy, like, trying to help improve this little motherfucker. Like, if you'd asked this guy right here, right? Like, shit, man, you was getting paid. You were getting paid. Johnny Boy, do you remember this guy? You remember this guy, Johnny Boy? Johnny, do you remember him? His little face look familiar, though. I know his voice sounds familiar. And I know you remember the name because your son has his name, no? Hey, man. Yeah, I like that name. Right? Yeah, you know we met you before.
See, he tried to tell me a fake name. See, I was in New York, but he sent me, my man that rented in the room sent me the picture. I'm like, wait a minute, I know him. This is like 10 years ago. I know this guy. I'm like, maybe he done straightened up and flew right. You know, he's a military man, right? But the military can only discipline him under their own watch. He didn't have the discipline in himself. You understand? But I do. So the first time I encountered him, he was a few years removed from the military. He was in a little bit better shape. he hadn't reverted or regressed to the mean yet, to back to where he originally would have been had he never been in the military. Understand? But he encountered me. I didn't need the military to stay in shape, to eat right and do the proper things in life. He did. He needed that cocoon of the military, because after the military, he did nothing. Do you understand this? Mm-hmm. Now, he was never a number one. You know, he wasn't the lead dog. As I told you the first time I had Evicting, he was standing behind a big black former boxer. So I said, I'm going to chop that tree down first and get rid of the boxer first. And I left him for last, the last time around. But this time around, he had gotten so weak, he left these two men in there by themselves. That is kind of like a metaphor for Black America.
I thought you said you was a good landlord.
I am. If they pay, when they pay, that's why he rented from me twice. And he was a bad tenant. Twice. See, I didn't make him rent from me twice. He chose to rent from me twice. Right? He chose that. Right? And both times he knew what was coming. Well, he didn't know the first time, but he had to know the second time what was coming if he didn't pay. He had to know. So I want you to listen to this.
You're going to end up renting to the wrong people who going to sue your ass and take your house.
Well, let them sue me. But they will not live there for free while I pay the bills and the utilities. It's not going to happen. One of the two. But see, these people,
you got to pay utilities?
Yeah.
It's all in your name?
That's what the law would tell me.
Oh, and they try not to pay? Okay. Oh, they throwing all this shit on you every month.
Right. They living up, they got their girlfriends and shit in their house. I know because I waited till about midnight when they were in bed. And you hear them saying, you down there fucking Omar. Yeah, we fucking you. See, the blacks are so dumb. And see, Omar's still my tenant. This was 10 years ago. Omar's still my tenant. The blacks are so dumb that what they don't realize is that they have no allies. No one likes them. Omar was on my channel talking about them. How he doesn't like them. How he didn't like them at the time. But they just want to ruin his living environment, and he don't want to move. So he was more than willing to sacrifice them. And so, and I've told this story before. Omar, you see, let me show you something. I just thought about this. See, these niggas are so dumb. They're so dumb. Like this is why they're so dumb. Let me show you something. Where is it? Do you remember that little empty room that I showed you? It was a little empty room. Remember that? Where is it?
Yeah.
That was Omar's room. Understand?
That was who? Whose room?
The guy that now lives in the basement. He used to live in that little small room. Let me see if I can. It's probably right here. You may see it.
It's a bunch of shit, right? A shit smell.
Why they put the camera in the toilet?
Can you smell shit smell?
I don't know. Maybe they thought somebody's watching them or something. I don't know.
But why the toilet?
I mean, the toilet was inoperable at this point. So you see the room right here?
Here's one empty room.
This used to be Omar's room. And I said, Omar, I need you to move to the basement. You have your own private bath and everything. Just move to the basement. Because these niggas about to go to Africa. You don't want to go to Africa. You don't want to go back to Africa, do you, Omar? He's from Africa, North Africa. He doesn't want to go back in North Africa.
But if the city water's on their floor up above him, they're going to end up on his ceiling underneath.
There's no water upstairs. What do you mean? Right? There's no water upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's water in the basement, but there's no water upstairs. Right?
Oh.
So they have no, but he's living comfortably. And so this used to be Omar's room. So see, this is what they didn't realize. When they start raising all this hell, Omar just up and moved to the basement. They didn't see they have no tactical awareness. At that point, they should have realized, like, this man done moved to the basement. He really don't like us. all the water and power is in the basement. Our life is about to really take a turn for the worse. That's probably what they should have said. That's probably what they should have thought. Say, damn, like, our life is making a turn for the worse. We need to change course here, get the hell out of here, because he's clearly up to something. But their mind is just on what's right in front of them. And so here's the guy, the conversation with the former military man here.
If you'd ask this guy, like,
I try to help improve this little motherfucker.
like if you'd ask this guy right here, right?
Like shit, man, you
Like,
get paid.
you
You get paid.
Go to the
Johnny boy,
VA and get some money from
you
them.
remember this guy?
But, you know, see, the thing is, he's not disciplined enough to do anything with the money. Like, I've lived here in D.C., and I've seen different types of military people come out. You got the ones that come out, get a government job. You know, it perfect, works out for them. They get preferences. You got the ones that come out and get a security clearance. And then they can start their own business down the road. And they make more money while they're working. Usually they have a clearance coming out of the military. So if you're a naval officer, right, and you did something very important in the Navy, you would have a security clearance. That's very true, right? I'm telling you what I know. If you are a Navy officer and you do something like naval intelligence, hell, if you fly jets, probably if you fix on the jets, because you have some proprietary information there, you would have a security clearance. And so that's what the smarty-arty people, particularly the ones that go into the Navy and the Air Force. I have a good friend that did it. He went in the Air Force, came out with a security clearance, and then he now owns his own business. Really, all he's doing is getting contracts with the government, but he's able to get them more directly now. Give me 1 second. John, you still show that nasty, fresh doo-doo utility? Well, they had nowhere to flush it. They had nowhere to flush it, so I rubbed their nose in it.
No.
They had nowhere to flush it, so I rubbed their nose in it, because the toilet, as you can see, is inoperable here. Me and my man Johnny Boy right here wreaking hell on these people. They didn't want to pay. And the copyright, if you just joining, this guy here was a former military man. I'd evicted him 10 years prior to this. And I see your comment there, Kuma, I'll answer that. So I'd evicted this guy prior to this. For those of you just joining, I'd evicted him maybe 10 years ago, at another property. And so I had someone that was kind of renting rooms for me. And while I was in New York, he would rent the rooms and then, send me the all the information about them. And, he would actually collect the money to a Jamaican guy. And so he rented to this guy, and I don't know if the guy knew it was my house or not, to be honest with you. But when he found out it was my house and I was the landlord, he knew he was doomed. Again, this was a former military man, 10 years removed. You can see the belly on him. And I'm highlighting the fact that he was a former military man for a reason. Because he couldn't maintain the discipline of the military once he left the cocoon of the military. That was the problem. While he was in the military and they were feeding him the best diet, the best training regimen, and they had consequences if he didn't do it, he shipped up and shaped out. Shape up and ship out, as they say, whatever. But when you remove that cocoon of the government, well, now you got to feed himself. You got to make choices. His choices aren't very good, as you can see. He's gotten fat, and he's still a young man. He was in his 30s at this point. He was in his 30s. You can see me. I'm 50. I'm still basically the same weight as I was in my 20s. And look at this man. Fat, dumpy, hair all over his head, living in a dump. And all he has is excuses. All that military that he used to get in my house, that I didn't see him, it had all faded away. He had the veneer of a military man. But in reality, this is him.
Shit, man, you was
Hey,
getting paid. You was getting paid.
Johnny Boy, do you remember this guy? You remember this guy, Johnny Boy?
Oh, here we go.
Johnny, do you remember him? His little face look familiar, though. I know his voice sound familiar. And I know you remember the name because your son has his name, though. Hey, man. Yeah, I like that name. Right? Yeah, you know we met you before. Why don't you tell us what we met you? You gonna fake the funk with us, man. Come on, you gonna fake the funk, you gonna just tell us where we met
We
you.
turn it on camera.
Tell
So I was trying to get him to at least be honest, Black. Tell us where we met you the last time. And what were those conditions? But he wouldn't be honest. He wouldn't be honest and tell us, where did we meet you the last time? Right? Where did we meet you? Under what circumstances? Right? Look at it.
that when I got that for
You fucked them, and you sent them off.
So this is them. See, this is to show you how fucking dumb these people are. Right? They're talking about Omar. And I just showed you the room that Omar was living in. I showed you the room. It was empty. He's in the basement. They knew he had moved to the basement, but they didn't put two and two together. They said maybe John Galt is moving Omar to the basement so he can cut our fucking lights out. They didn't think. You understand? They did not think. Maybe they didn't even think that I would go that far. They probably didn't even think they like, this nigga can't be that crazy that he would bust up his own damn toilet. They probably didn't even think that. And so you can see what's on their mind. Listen, when they woke up and with no fucking lights, no water, no gas, toilet all busted up, and listen what they're saying. Look what's on their mind.
And what happened when I got that squad?
You fucked them, and you sent them off.
But what happened?
He got head.
Hey, but when I got your squad now, then what happened? How was you living when I was your squad?
I found the place.
See, I asked him, I said, they think I'm down there having sex with Omar. Omar's a Muslim. He don't believe no homosexuality bullshit. That's all that's on their mind. At one point, listen, when the night I cut their water and shit off, they had women in there. You hear me? The night, you see how it looks, see? You didn't just get that dirty overnight. I know they had women in there because Omar can tell you, we just sitting back, just chilling. Like, me and Johnny boy, like, when should we do it? When should we do it?